How's it going, everybody? I'm Lewis, and we've got another poll from the Old School RuneScape team, so let's go ahead and vote in this poll. So, this is Content Poll 36, Skilling Pets. If you want to know more about what's going on in this poll, I'll provide a link to the dev blog relating to it at the end of this video. So, let's start off with question 1. Should they add mega rare skilling pets for woodcutting, mining, fishing and hunter? Now, I really like an alternative method of getting mega rare pets into the game. However, I think we need a mid-level pet. So, for example, we've currently got cats, they're sort of low-level pets, and now we've got things like Jad and all those boss pets. I'm not entirely sure the skilling pets will be that. People will probably see them like that, but really it's for when you do skilling, and you'll have to do a lot of skilling. The downside to these pets, I see, is that you'll just get them from skilling. Apart from the hunter one, you'll have to do chin chompers, but you'll just get it from grinding out the skill, rather than having to go out of your way to do something more fun. One of the suggestions I thought to combat that I really quite liked, was the idea of skilling clue scrolls, similar to your normal clue scroll, except you get it when you're skilling. Then you'll get a chance of getting the pet when you go out of your way to do that clue scroll. But all in all, I think I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I just think the pets will be great to have in game, and if we do want these sort of skilling clue scrolls later on, we can get them. Although the pets probably won't be available in that, we'll just get them in the way that they've suggested here. Next, question 2. Should a spell that allows you to check the status of all your farming patches at once, excluding patches used only during quests, be added to the Lunar Spellbook? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. It's something that is going to be very useful for many players, and especially because a lot of people use third-party clients to do that anyway, and those third-party clients won't be allowed to do that soon. Many people will want that sort of feature. Next, question 3. Currently, hiding your chat box will cause private messages displayed above the chat box to be hidden. Should they add a toggle that will allow you to keep these chat messages visible? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I think that'll be a really nice quality of life update. Next, question 4. Should the 90 combat requirement on the lair of the corporeal beast remain in game? This requirement was added as a temporary measure to reduce problems with looting and overcrowding when the corporeal beast was initially released. Now, this is a question I'm kind of struggling with because I don't go and kill the corp, and I don't really have that much of an opinion on it. On one hand, you've got the people under level 90 combat that want to try and kill the beast, however I don't really know how many people are actually doing that. And then you've got the people actually killing the corp that don't want to get looting and overcrowding issues. So I'm actually struggling to decide what I want to vote. I think I'm going to go ahead and vote yes, mostly because I feel that the corp, being such a high level creature, should have some kind of requirement on it. Whether or not I think a combat requirement is the best way of doing it, not necessarily. I think I'd prefer a quest like they have in RuneScape 3. However, having something there is a good step in the right direction. And in reality, there's really not that many people under level 90 combat that want to kill the corp. So I think voting yes will keep the issues they had before out of the way, and it's not really going to affect the game that much. Next, question 5. Should an impling log that displays how many of each impling you have caught be added to Old School? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I'm sure there are many people that love hunting imps, and they'll just like to know how many they've caught. Next, question 6. Some teleports allow you to switch to destination location. For example, the Varrock teleport after completing the Medium Varrock achievement diary. Should the option to switch destination of such teleports be added to portals in player-owned houses and teleport tablets? Now I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I think that'll be quite useful. For example, in situations where you have to teleport back to your house, and perhaps you don't have the runes to teleport to exactly where you want to go, so you're going to use the portal in your house. If you've unlocked the destination switch for, say, the Grand Exchange in Varrock, then you would probably like to go to the Grand Exchange by using your house teleport portal. Next, question 7. Should the defense requirement on Blessed Dragonhide chaps be removed? Now, I have no idea why they want to remove the defense requirement on Blessed Dragonhide chaps, so I'm going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 8. Should the mining teleport found on the skills necklace be replaced with a teleport to the Motherlode mine? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I think that's quite a nice idea. However, the thing I find a little strange about this update is that the skilling necklace will generally take you to the guild for that skill. So in a way, it's kind of like saying the Motherlode mine is a lot more useful than the mining guild, which in reality it is, because I believe the mining guild is pretty much just coal. It's right next to Motherlode mine, and the majority of what you'll get in Motherlode mine will either be coal or better. Next, question 9. Should the limit on honor points at Barbarian Assault be increased to 5,000 in each role? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. That'll be a very useful update, especially if you really like Barbarian Assault. Personally, I quite like Barbarian Assault, however I've not done it in quite a while. Next, question 10. Should it be possible to tally up and store 15 queen kills in Barbarian Assault? Now this is a question they didn't include in the dev blog. I think that's quite a good idea, because at the moment you have to kill the queen, and then you have to spend the points immediately if you want to do anything useful. If they added this, you could sort of store up 15 queen kills, and then just do things like high gambles, buy granite bodies, and just other things that require the queen kills. So I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. Next, question 11. Should a gamble counter be added to Barbarian Assault? That will be something that will count the amount of gambles that you do. I believe that they said that it's going to be a high level only, however this question isn't specific. I'm going to go ahead and vote no. I don't think we should get a gamble counter. I prefer their original idea of having a queen kill counter. In fact, I'm going to change my vote to yes. I want a gamble counter, and I also want a queen kill counter. Having a queen kill counter will allow you to see how many queen kills you've done, which would be really nice, and having a gamble counter isn't necessarily the same as having a queen kill counter. If you think about it, you can buy other things with your queen kills. Potentially the reason people want the gamble counter is to see how many times it took for them to get the Penance Queen pet. However, I don't really see the benefit of that. I suppose it could be just a way of people trying to display how lucky they are, which I don't really support the idea of. Next, question 12. Should wins and losses at the Duel Arena be tracked and displayed? Now, I'm not really a big Duel Arena person myself, and I don't really see any benefit of getting this update, so I'm actually going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 13. Should the colour of magic potions be changed to make them easy to tell apart from ranging potions? Now, I'm a little bit unsure about why they'll want to change the colour of the magic potion. Magic is generally considered to be blue, whereas ranger is generally considered to be green. Currently both potions are very similar blue, and obviously it would make sense to change them. I think potentially they want to change the magic potion because less people use them. They're not particularly beneficial. So keeping the ranged ones as blue will confuse less people. That being said, I do really think that the magic potion should stay blue and the ranging potion should become some kind of green, because they're the traditional colours for those combat skills, so I'm actually going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 14. Should the special attack cost of the Blessed Saradomin Sword be lowered from 65% to 35%? Now this is a very interesting question. I would say when they originally released it, I was a little bit worried that it wasn't taking up 100% because it's a very powerful weapon. However, soon we'll be getting the Abyssal Bludgeon, which will be a high contender for a good crush weapon, and not many people really use the Blessed Saradomin Sword at all in the game. So it would make sense if we want more people to be using the Blessed Saradomin Sword. However, the question is, do we want more people to be using the Blessed Saradomin Sword, and do we want to give it this extra power? If you've got 100% special attack energy, you'll be able to do 2 special attacks very quickly. And after a couple of seconds, you'll recover a bit more energy, and you'll be able to do a 3rd straight away. So despite the fact I kind of want more people to be able to use the Blessed Saradomin Sword, I think 35% really isn't enough. Perhaps somewhere between 55 and 50, because you'll be able to do 2 attacks pretty quickly, but you'll have to wait to do that 3rd one. So I'm going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 15. Should an additional attack style be added to the Trident? This would stop the Trident changing your selected attack style for other weapons after switching to it. This would not impact the combat bonuses of the Trident. Now, I've got a bit of a feeling that this update isn't going to pass. We'll see when we actually go to the results. The reason being is it makes it sound like they're going to be adding a completely new different attack style to the Trident. But what I know from previous dev blogs and watching many of the Q&As the Old School RuneScape team host, I think that this is simply just a way so when you switch weapons, you're not on a defense style, and if you're pure, that's going to be something that you really dislike. So surprisingly enough, I'm actually going to be voting yes on that. It will just be a small quality of life update that will help people that don't want to train certain skills. However, like I said, I kind of fear that it's not going to pass simply for the fact that they've worded this quite badly. Next, question 16. Should the expel guests and call servant options found in the player-owned house options menu have their position switched? So this is the new house options menu. I find it a little strange because I've not really seen it since they added it. There's the expel guest option at the top and the leave house option at the bottom. I've had a bit of a look round. Historically on RuneScape and currently on RuneScape 3, it's what it is in Old School RuneScape. And looking at some history of Old School RuneScape, it looks like it's never changed. I have no idea why they're polling to change this. So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and vote no. Next, question 17. Should the Ecto tokens limit be increased to allow 13 bones to be offered at the Ecto Functus? I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I think it'd be much nicer if you're going to actually train your prayer at the Ecto Functus. Next, question 18. Should the emblem trader found in Edgeville appear in free-to-play worlds to allow non-members to get a skull? It would not be possible for non-members to access his shop. Now, if I remember correctly, I was kind of opposed to this feature being added for members. I don't really understand why you need that. If you really want to go and get a skull, you could go to the Abyss or just attack another player. And in free-to-play, I know you can't go to the Abyss, but you could just attack another player. It's not that much of a big deal. However, I suppose, seeing as we've got it in members, and free-to-play want the feature, we might as well provide them it. It's just a small quality of life update for people that would like it. Next, question 19. Should they flatten some of the hilly areas in the northern free-to-play wilderness to make them more useful spaces for PvP? Now, I'm not entirely sure who's actually PvPing in the northern free-to-play wilderness. Potentially, it's because it's not a flat area. However, I think that they should keep it like it is. I don't like the idea of messing around with the wilderness too much. Especially seeing as we did have quite a few big updates about a year ago now. Next, question 20. Should herbs lit in incense burners last longer depending on your fire making level? Now, I think that sounds like a really good update. However, I'm questioning whether they're going to last longer compared to what they currently do, or whether they're going to last a shorter amount of time if you're lower. Presumably what they're going to do is maybe get the current time and add up to 10% on, depending on your fire making level. So I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. It will provide a nice little benefit for getting a higher level in fire making, and it'll make lighting your incense burners less of a pain. Next, question 20. Should Aviences found in the God Wars dungeon drop adamant bars in banknote form for players who have completed the Hard Fremnik achievement diary? Now, originally I thought that was a little much. I wanted people to have completed the Elite Fremnik achievement diary, because I figured that Aviences only drop them in banknote form in the wilderness, and I'd rather people risk more by going into the wilderness to get the banknote form of the Addy bars. However, when Teddy Tubby King asked me about that, he informed me that Zulrah actually drops noted adamant bars, which makes me think that if Aviences in the normal God Wars dungeon drop them, it wouldn't be too bad. There's potential for the adamant bar price to change, however, because Zulrah drops them already, and we've already got them in the Wilderness God Wars dungeon, it's probably not going to change that much, if at all. So I'm actually going to go ahead and vote yes on that. Next, question 22. Should 4 existing free-to-play worlds be given a minimum total skill level for entry? The following restrictions have been suggested: 800 plus, 1000 plus, and 1200 plus total. I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. I think that would be quite nice for free-to-play players, so I don't have to see a lot of noobs and bots. The one thing I'm unsure about with this question is, what's the 4th world going to be? Obviously they're going to double up on one of these worlds, so I'm questioning if it's going to be the 800 plus total, the 1000 plus total, or the 1200 plus total world. Next, question 23. Slayer Masters will currently assign you a task of either Spiritual Rangers, Spiritual Mages, or Spiritual Warriors. Should these tasks be bundled into a single task of Spiritual Creatures? This will allow you to choose which of the 3 monsters you kill. Now, I've never really liked the Spiritual tasks. I don't think I've ever got Spiritual Mages. I might not have the Slayer level for it yet. I've definitely got Spiritual Rangers, and currently I've got Spiritual Warriors. I really dislike the Spiritual Rangers, and I've got them blocked. The Spiritual Warriors I have cancelled a few times, however recently I thought they were okay when I tried to kill them. So that makes me think that if I just got a Spiritual Creature task, it'd be nice to choose just to kill the ones I prefer. Something in my gut is telling me to vote no, but really I want to be voting yes, so I'm going to go ahead and vote yes. Next, question 24. Should the Smoke Battle Staff and Mystic Smoke Battle Staff provide a 10% increase in accuracy and damage when used to cast spells from the normal spellbook? So this question has changed slightly from the original dev blog. They're also increasing the damage by 10% when you cast spells from the normal spellbook. Now obviously magic, especially in members, is kind of underpowered when it comes to PvP, so it'd be nice to have something there for people to use. However, I'm questioning whether having a staff that just has 10% increase on damage and accuracy on the normal spellbook is actually the best way about doing that. Obviously it will increase the Smoke Battle Staff price. I don't know if that's being effective recently, but really my gut feeling is saying vote no. I really don't think it'd be worth adding that update to the game. Next, question 25. Should they add some Blue Dragon scale spawns to the extended Blue Dragon area in Tavli Dungeon? That makes sense to me because obviously you've got Blue Dragons there and they'll be dropping scales. Hopefully they won't be adding too much, perhaps 2 or 3, depending on how big the area is. I don't imagine it'll be changing the price of the Blue Dragon scales too much, however it has the potential to. So I'm going to vote yes to that. Finally, question 26. Should they add some Blue Dragon scale spawns to the Blue Dragon area in the Stronghold Slayer Cave? Now, I'm a little bit more hesitant with this one because the Stronghold Slayer Cave is quite near a bank. I understand the blue dragons are quite far away from the entrance, however it doesn't require the agility level to quickly access it like the ones in Tavley do. And seeing as the Stronghold Slayer Cave is fully for Slayer, I think that they shouldn't actually drop them there. So I'm actually going to go and vote no to that. I find it a bit strange that I voted no to 26 and yes to 25, especially because my reasoning to voting yes to 25 was partially because obviously blue dragons are there, they're going to be dropping scales. Main reason I am doing this is the simple fact that I see the Stronghold Slayer Cave as something you go to do Slayer. The Tavley Dungeon is somewhere where you can go make money off the blue dragons. I think if we started adding drops like that in the Stronghold Slayer Cave, then it wouldn't really be just a Slayer Cave, which I don't really like. So let's go ahead and vote and see the results of this poll. So far, we've only had 11,024 votes. 84.3% want to add the mega rare skilling pets to the game. 84.4% want a spell to check the status of their farming patches. 89.6% want the ability to hide their private chat box and still have their private messages displayed. 71.3% want the level 90 combat requirement on the lair of the corporeal beast to remain in game. 85.1% wants an impling log that displays how many of each impling you've caught to be added to Old School. 88.2% want the option to switch the destination of player and house teleports and teleport tablets. 45.8% want the defense requirement on the Blessed Dragonhide chaps to be removed. 82.5% want the skill necklace to replace its Mining Guild teleport with a Motherlode Mine teleport. 87.5% want the Barbarian Assault honor point limit to be raised from 500 to 5,000 in each roll. 88.6% want it to be possible to tally up and store 15 queen kills in Barbarian Assault. 83.2% want a gamble counter to be added to Barbarian Assault. 76.4% want wins and losses at the Jewel Arena to be tracked and displayed. 85.3% want the colour of magic potions to be changed to make them easy to tell apart from ranging potions. 57.6% want the special attack cost of the Blessed Saradomin Sword to be lowered from 65% to 35%. 85.8% want an additional attack style to be added to the Trident. 68.8% want the Expel Guests and Call Servant options found in the Player and House option menu to have their positions switched. 88.3% want the Ecto token limit to be increased to allow 13 bones to be offered at the Ecto Functus. 82.7% want the Emblem Trader found in Edgeville to appear in free-to-play worlds to allow non-members to get a skull. 60% want them to flatten some of the hilly areas in the northern free-to-play wilderness to make it more useful for spaces in PvP. 89.8% want herbs lit in incense burners to last longer depending on your fire-making level. 81.6% want Aviances found in the God Wars dungeon to drop adamant bars in note form when you complete the Hard Fremenic achievement diary. 68.3% want 4 existing free-to-play worlds to be given a minimum total skill level for entry. 90.9% want Slayer Masters to be able to assign spiritual creatures instead of individual spiritual rangers, mages and warriors. 76.2% want the Smoke Battle Staff and Mystic Smoke Battle Staff to provide a 10% increase in accuracy and damage on the normal spellbook. 76.1% want the Blue Dragon scale spawns to be extended in the Blue Dragon area in Tavley Dungeon. And 67.3% want the Blue Dragon scale spawns to be added to the Blue Dragon area in the Stronghold Slayer Cave. So very interesting content poll we've had this week. I've actually found a lot of the results in this poll quite interesting. I like the fact that some people have clearly had the same thought about me with those Blue Dragon scale spawns. I'm kind of surprised that the free-to-play worlds being given a minimum total skill level for entry is failing. I'm surprised that herbs lit in incense burners lasting longer depending on your fire making level has got such a high percentage. I'm glad that they're most likely not going to be switching the Expel Guests and Call Servant options around. I have no idea why they even offered that. I'm surprised that the attack style for the Trident is actually passing. I thought that the wording from that would mean that it wasn't going to pass. It's interesting to see that decreasing the special attack cost of the Blessed Saradomin Sword has got such low support. I'm now wondering what it will be like when we get the Abyssal Bludgeon from the Abyssal Sire. I'm also quite happy that the defense requirement on the Blessed Dragonhide chaps isn't going to be removed. There's clearly very low support for that. In fact, the majority have voted no, which is quite rare in Old School RuneScape's polling history. I'm also finding it very interesting that the 90 combat requirement to get into the corporeal beast is currently failing, which is interesting because it's something that we've currently got in game. I suppose that many people feel they don't want a limitation on the corporeal beast. All in all, I'm quite happy with this poll. The majority of things that are passing are what I wanted, and if they're not, there's something I can live with. For example, I believe I voted no on the displaying your wins and losses at the duel arena. If you've not voted in this poll yet, please make sure you go ahead and vote. It's really important that you get your say in what Old School RuneScape is, because it is a community game after all. Every single update that goes into this game is voted on by us, the community. Which updates are you looking forward to from this content poll? Please let me know in the comments below. If you want to watch the latest Old School RuneScape update, please click here for the Angler's outfit and Slayer. And if you want to watch the dev blog for this content poll, please click here. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the Old School RuneScape updates, dev blogs and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.